Well, I got 100.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, all right, let's start. Welcome to Positivity is the Way to Go. He is a hip hop artist who has a journey of losing and regaining everything after surviving Hurricane Katrina. Welcome our guest today, Geesh. How's it going, man?
I'm
Great having
blessed,
you
man.
on.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yeah, I listened to your song, man. You got that's a big hit, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm very appreciative for the love and support, man. That is getting everywhere, man, across the
Well,
world.
we gotta support each other, man.
That's what's up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I
But,
totally agree.
but how was it surviving Hurricane Katrina?
Well, I mean, Katrina was a life altering situation for many of us. You know what I'm saying? Especially from New Orleans. You got to understand New Orleans is a city of culture, and we make the city, we make the culture. We bring the vibrations and we bring all of the spirit to the city. However, when that happened, it was a very, very tedious process to re-strategize and restart somewhere else, But the good thing about that is I was already kind of a foot in and a foot out of New Orleans. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia at the particular moment, but I was there when Katrina happened, and I was able to get my family from one point to the next point. My family evacuated to Houston, Texas. I was still living in Atlanta. So a lot of transitioning happened there. My family, my mama house was 8 feet under the water, so I was very appreciative to be there to get her out of there because she wouldn't have survived that. You know what I'm saying? We did lose some family members in the process, but it was rough, man. It's think about it. You've been somewhere all your life and all your belongings, and you build, and then you lose it all and through a natural disaster, something that you really can't stop. And it's hard, man. It was rough.
It's good that you persevered and God got you through it, man. And look at you now,
Hey,
success story, right?
absolutely, absolutely. I'm very
How,
appreciative, very grateful.
how has it been going relocating over the years?
It's been cool. I'm not, like I said, I haven't been hard to adapt because I was already kind of one foot in and one foot out of the city at the time. But my rap career, my music career, has brought me to many, many, many different places across the country and stuff like that. So I was able to adapt and call it was like a culture shock, like especially when I got to Texas. Texas was a different type of speed for me. It was slowed down a lot. You know what I'm saying? But once you got in the mix of it, and then now I'm in Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada now. And I love it here. So it's good.
I'm surprised you didn't say Vegas, baby.
Nah, man, it's nice. It's cool out here. I got a chance. There's a lot of people think because I live in Vegas, I'm a big party animal and stuff. It's the total opposite. It's the total opposite.
Yeah, who you think gonna win the big game, man? Kansas City or San Francisco? I got Kansas City winning, man.
Taylor Swift.
I know I know winning, man.
Taylor Swift, I guess.
You
I'm
you
not into it. My team ain't none of the teams I wanted ain't persevered through. So
you should make a song with her, man, and Mahomes and the Kelsey brothers and stuff, man.
yeah, that'd be big money, right? That'd be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll see what happens.
She got those Swifties out there.
Yeah, the Swifties, right? I'm a Beyonce. I'm a Beyonce. I'm with the Beehive. I'm down with the Beehive.
Who is your favorite person that you collaborated with?
Oh, that's a good question, Dion. Wow, man, there's so many, many, many. Right now, I think I work with so many great artists, legendary artists. Me and Lazy Bone got a really good relationship. Shout out to him, Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course. Dizzy Wright, that's my little homie. I raised him. He's like my protege. You know, so many of them, man. Good gracious. Cash Money BG, um, Swiss Beats, wow, man, so many of them. I think I'm a kind of dig deep in the pocket. My uncle is one of my biggest collaborators that I think. Carl Marshall, shout out to him. He's a big blues artist, and I got my origins of my skills from him, and he's my mentor. So when I did something with him, it put me on another level of musicianship. You know what I'm saying? So I would give the credit to him because he always challenged me to be great as I am, to hear the music and to be able to dive into the music and create the music. So I would say I would give that credit to him. He's one of the greatest collaborators. But there's so many reggae artists, you know, rock and roll artists, you know, blues artists, of course, hip hop artists, gangster rap artists, all of that. So, but it was good. It comes out effortlessly when it comes to him.
That's real good, man. I never heard of Karl Marx before, but it's good to know about him and stuff.
Yeah,
Who
man, do
you,
your homework, man. Check him out, man. He got a big record out called "The Good Loving to Make You Cry." He's been in the business from hey man, before I was born. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, one of your hometown heroes, Kanye West, sampled some of his music before. You know what I mean? And
that ain't my hometown hero though, but okay.
hey, you in Chicago, you know, you got Kanye West out there, man. You know,
I don't claim him, man.
that's another subject for another time. I was just acknowledging the homie, man. Shout out to Kanye West, man.
Yeah, who would you like to collaborate with in the future?
Who would I like to collaborate with in the future?
Yeah.
Right now, the thing that I'm more excited about that I have on the plate right now is with my guy Raziendo. It's my Belizean reggae artist. We're getting ready to do a reggae slash rap album together, kind of like what Damian Marley and Nas did. Shout out to Damian Marley and Nas. They're a big inspiration for what we're getting ready to dive into. But I'm looking forward to that because I'm more into now that I got older into the business. I'm more about rebel music. I like to make music with a lot of substance now. You know what I mean? This album that I'm doing right now, Classic Status, is strictly for the culture. It's strictly for the hip hop culture. We bringing it back to the essence. I'm bringing it back to the MC and the DJ essence. You know, but this album right here, plus I got the Insurrection album that's coming behind the album. That's going to be a highly politically charged album that we're going to put out toward the end of 2024, probably around election year, election time, and then after that, I'm gonna be looking forward to this hip hop and reggae album. That's going to be inspiring, very inspiring. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't hear you.
I said you getting people out there to go vote and everything, like trying to get the young voters out there.
Um, Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm not going to campaign for neither Democrat or Republican in this case. I'm not trying to endorse. I'm trying to get a message to our people in regards to what we're looking at, what we have to kind of educate ourselves on, especially like with the insurrection that happened back on January the 6th. You know, I know there was a situation where it wasn't necessarily our battle or our fight, but it has, if we take and interpret it, what they did and incorporate that into what we need to do, then I think it will be a shift in the culture. I think it would be a more of a shift of the standing together. We need to come together and we need to understand our powers and our strengths. And we also need to understand our weaknesses. So that's why I want to do that album. This is a message for the hip hop culture and my culture, my peers. You know what I'm saying? That's what this album is based on. That's what I'm basing it around, the origins of it.
Yeah, like Biggie and Tupac back in the day and everything, right?
I mean, more Pac than Big. You know, Biggie wasn't more politically like that. Biggie was, you know, Biggie was our MC. He was a raw MC. You know, Pac was more of a diverse, universal artist. He was more of a freedom fighter. Like I get a lot of origins from Pac when it come down to freedom fighting. You know, standing up for something, meaning something when you speak it. You know, that's what this Insurrection album. It'll remind you of something like that, but it's gonna be my twist. You know what I mean? And so far, it's powerful. So far, I got a few records already recorded for it. I'm like 7 records in. I actually started it after the January 6th incident in 2020. What is 2022 or 21 that happened? And I started the record, but I had a lot of people scared to jump on the board with me, man, because it was so politically charged and nobody wanted to touch it. So I kind of had to kind of say, okay, let me go back to what I need to do. Then the hip hop 50th anniversary came about and classic status was already in you know, ready to go, and I just shot it out there and it took off. Major.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we got to spread the word and get people together, man, because there's too much division in the world today anyway, you know?
absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Like this whole Insurrection album is just not for the hip hop culture or even the black culture. It's for everybody. Because I got friends all different nationalities. You know, I got friends from Brazil. I got friends from, you know, Puerto Rico. I got friends from all across the world. You know, Germany. You know, India. You know, I got all type of good friends. You know what I'm saying? Africa, of course. So yeah, I got friends all over the globe, man. So it's all about uniting. And when they hear my music, they feel the love and they support it and they love what I do. So by that being said, I have to make a stand for everybody, not just us, but everybody. But to get everybody, understand everybody. If we could understand each other's cultures, then we could have a better, you know, dialogue about what we need to do and what we can do to make the world a better place. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a task, man. I tell you, but somebody got to do it, you know, and I'm not afraid to take that step toward that.
It's like MLK said, he said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
And that's word. That's definitely word to MLK.
But
That's
why did you want to join the music business?
it ain't the life I chose, it's the life that chose me. My uncle put me in music as a little kid, man. I got introduced to music at 7 years old, and then when he moved to New Orleans, you know, we had one of the biggest studios in New Orleans at the time in the city of New Orleans, and he gave me the opportunity to work and, you know, give me a summer job. And, you know, he saw that I always was a hip hop head. I always was intrigued by rap and love beats and stuff. I started making them at a very young age. And he saw me started getting really serious, messing with the equipment. And he was like, hey, you want to get serious with this? You want to hang around me? You need to get serious. So I got serious because I didn't want to, you know, be kicked out, you know, and I grew with it. You know, I grew confident about what I know.
Hey, that's much love, man. That's respect, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But what is your motivation behind your music, and how is it being a rapping artist?
That's a good question too, man. My motivation is just to bring the people together, give the people something to like, you know, something to grow on. My motivation is to really just share what I know, share my gifts to the world, you know. Music has been a safe haven for me throughout my life. You know, it saved me from a lot of stuff that I grew up around, a lot of stuff that was in my, you know, peripheral view and it was in my environment, you know, and it saved my life. And I was able to, it was like my refuge, you know, I was able to, you know, talk about the things that I was going through, and I was able to express it in a way, even if I was mad, if I was sorry, if I was, you know, weary, if I was able to be vulnerable with my music. And that's what was my motivation to keep me there. And even to this day, you know what I mean? Even though I've grown now, I got other things that I got going outside of music, you know what I mean, that I'm doing very well in as well. But, you know, music is primary, it's necessary, you know, and that's the motivation to keep doing it, you know. And on top of that, I'm still just as dope as I was before. Every day is always it's a growing process when it comes down to making records. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to be inspired to do that and share my gifts with everybody. Like I said, just sharing everything I've gained throughout the years. You know, music is a growing thing. You always want to be able to grow with your audience and have your audience to grow with you. And that's very, very much what inspires me to keep going.
Yeah, and then we was talking about, you know, we had a conversation about us sticking together as people and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it was a song like Tyrese said about love transaction.
Mhm.
And I would say that's how relationships are, it's transactional. It ain't like love. People don't really love each other like that, you know. And
Right.
it resonated with me because he was on the talk and I was hearing him talking stuff, man. You know, I wish we didn't live in a world where it was about transaction instead of loving each other and stuff. You know, relationship, marriages, loving God instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
about the needs of life, you know.
Right, right. I agree with that because you know, when it comes down to us making music, and that's like a code of communication with each other. You know, you might not hear politicians, we might not even hear the pastors in the churches and stuff, but if we got a really great MC and a prophet or MC that's really, even a singer, any type of musician that bring their musicianship along with wisdom, you know, as easy to connect to. You know what I'm saying? And that makes us all kind of like as one. You know, we all be able to relate to that. You know, music is we all, and plus think about it, us as black people, we all like to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all like to be entertained. We all like to, you know, share our talents because we are all talent. You know, we know it when we see it and we know it when we feel it. So um yeah, that definitely kind of like connect the dots, but definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, because we had Ruben Sutter, Fantasia, you know, it's a lot of up and coming people that's like young and stuff, up and coming artists and stuff, MCs. You remember 106 in Park,
Yeah,
BT? They
yeah.
used to have MCs up there all the time and stuff.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They all was we got a lot of rising stars at that time. You know, I met a lot of them too along my journey. A lot of them I touched hands with, was able to chop it up with, and you know, great people. You know, the business is what kind of like semi divide us a little bit because business is the business. You know, you got you know stipulations. You got you know obligations that you have to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to contractual obligations that you have to do. But you know, at the end of the day, you got to be true to who you are, and you got to know what you stand on, and you got to do what you got to do to make your career prosper for you. Because you got to be able to protect the music, and you got to be able to protect yourself. So I always the reason why you asked me earlier, you know, what's my motivation, because I always protected my music. I always, whatever I did in my life, I protected the music side of me because I know that that's something that's going to make me live forever. Even after I'm gone in the physical form, my music will live forever.
And I got one more question, man. Why do these rappers be out here beefing with each other, man? Why they can't get along and stuff, man? Why they always gotta be want to fight each other and stuff, man? You know?
You know what, man? That's a question you're gonna have to ask those rappers, man. Cause I don't know. It could be different things. You know what I mean? It could be different reasons. You know, I think it has a lot to do with ego. I think so. You know, definitely. Um, but it's a lot of stuff that transpire. I'm from the streets, so you know, in the streets, you know, they bring things to hip hop that generated in the streets and it resonate to records now. So you got dudes that's talking about they smoking on the ops and this, that, and other. You know, that's some new shit. Excuse my language. I mean, I am so sorry. That's some new stuff that's happening out there with that, far as that. But you know, I'm not into that because my thing is, if I got a problem with you, I'm not going to get on a record and diss you. I'd rather call you or see you in person and confront it like that. Now, if somebody else still happened to record me approaching it all, we wind up getting into a fight, and that's why I try to definitely avoid. I don't want to get physical with anybody, man. But you know, at the end of the day, this is the streets because hip hop is now the streets. It's been the streets. It's been a part of the streets, but it's a little bit more tainted with you know corporations and a lot of money that's involved. And you know, you give a young kid that's 19 years old $1 million, $2 million, they're gonna lose their top. They're gonna be egotistical with that. So you know, you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't give them no word of advice or no word of wisdom because they already got $2 million versus you might have $50,000 in your account or maybe 20,000. And
It's
so
like it's like I got more money than you, so why you
yeah,
talking to me? It's like
right,
you look at my bank account. Who is you
yeah.
again?
Yeah, that's the exact whole thing. So a lot of beef generates from that. Let me say this: a lot of disrespect comes and generates from that. So you got to know who you're dealing with. You always, but my thing is, if you stand for something and you stand, you've got principles, and you stand as a man. More than I'm the man before I'm G Sean. You know what I mean? I'm a man. So at the end of the day, I'm a respect you and I'm gonna give you respect. Excuse me, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, how you doing? Pleasure to meet you. And I even go far as telling you respect. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. You know, you carry yourself with respect. You ain't got to worry about those things, you know, and
Yeah.
people gonna think twice about approaching you in that type of manner. You know what I mean?
And it's about communication. So you want to play a little bit of the song that you made out, and then it was a pleasure having you on, man, today, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
We gotta do this again. Next time you gotta perform live though, man.
Yeah, you gotta catch me, man. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to we're getting ready. I'm working on an album and I'm trying to, you know, get some things lined up where I could get on the road and come out and do a couple tours. Once I get the album done, we're shooting a video for this record right here. This record called I Win. It's a very highly motivational, inspiring record that I did. It's hip hop to the core. But we get ready to shoot a major video out here in Vegas on the 24th of February. So I'm looking forward to sharing that to the world, man, because Classic Status did real good. Classic Status took off. You know, wasn't expecting it to do all of that, but it did it, and I'm very, very happy about it. You know what I'm saying? But this I Win is gonna be over the top, crazy, crazy successful, man. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking very, very forward to it. Give me 1 second, I'll play it for you, man. You
Yeah,
know,
when you come to Chicago, let me know, man. Hit me up, man.
yeah, no doubt. I've been out
I'll
there
come.
Chicago a couple times, man. You know, it's
Yeah.
cold
Now,
out
well,
there,
now,
boy.
now we like friends, so you hook me up, you know.
Yeah, yeah. When you come to Vegas, it's the same likewise, man, you know? When you come to Vegas, it'll be the same, man. Check this out. This is the record, man. This is called I Win. Hey, check it out. Wait, it's the most superior lyrical selling the fear of remember spiritual selling. It's got me cast stone for what's on never goes up in the lyrical lyrics of feeling my memory. As I'm going through the beginning stage, the beginning stage, the big in the face, the big in the stage, the more that I blaze, got me going to bump up the head of 10. It ain't about how you started, it's about how you end up scot free when I'm close to them stuff. And that's a long grind, so stepping up fly. You know, you suckers want to battle and try to compete. You still a battle, wait, flying at the price of shit. You see, I'm roll with the kid up, I hit up, I get up, I spit up, I roll up, I spit up, I choke it, I choke it, my smoke will be finished. I know the finish, I'm a fight to the end. Kept the case with it, didn't have to see it, but I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, game over, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win. Hey, say it, I win, 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 game over, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win. I win, I win, hashtag and I win. Oh, shit, just ridiculously loud. Never since we all see where I don't shit the other overload swiftly, independently. Even though I know the kind of music silly, you see, I survive in the dark in these days, surviving the storms, surviving the flames, surviving the fire, surviving the cold, and I'm too cold to turn around and go back. So do what I can, and I'm a hold to that. You better stay ready, ready, hold your ground, stay steady. You ain't gotta get ready, it gets deadly. The shit's heavy, you better have it wait up. There's one thing about time, and shit's never wait up. You gonna wake up, I think you're sleepwalking. I'm the walking classic, I'm a dynasty of fortune, no more than. My style is what the sport we come out it in. I keep it facing within, but still I'm winning. You I win, you win, we win. That's the record, man.
Yeah, man, that was a great song, man. That was real good.
Yeah, we shooting a video for this joint, man. We shooting a video for it on the 24th.
Yeah, that was a sneak. That was a sneak peek of I Win. You know.
Sneak peek of I Win. It's exclusively right here, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
on positivity is the way to go. On
oh, it's
positivity is the
all
way to
good,
go.
man. Hey, this record was dedicated to all the challenges, all the losses, all everything that we battle in our lives. You know, we might lose the battle, but we don't lose the war. We win, man, and that's what it's all about. So hopefully everybody resonate, take this record and use it as their daily, you know, inspirational, inspiring theme song. You know what I mean? It's one of the records you can put on in the beginning of the day and go on with your day. Because you gotta have that winning mentality, man. And it's also for even the athletes and all of the, you know, everybody. I'm a competitive. I'm a sports fanatic. You know that. We had this conversation off record before. So we
Yeah,
love
about the
sports.
stakes
So
and stuff that they
I,
want winning this stuff, man. They won the
Absolutely.
game, but they lost the battle because they didn't win the division. Except they won.
That's it. That's it. But we win, man. So that's what it's all about. So that's the record. And with the video, we shooting a video on the 24th of February out here in Vegas. It'll be a huge scene, huge video. Shout out to my guy, Money Shot Chris, LA Curate. It's gonna be another movie, man.
It was great having you on, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it too, man. Long time coming, man.
Yeah, long time
Tell
no
you for a minute,
see.
but we got it. Till the next time, D.
All right, see you, man.
Peace,
Deuces.
man. Deuces.